this: they are a corporation. A corporation can never have more power than a living entity.
Yeah, and they won't even fuss too much because they don't want you to make too much noise and let too many people
Exactly.
know
They don't want
what's
that
really
shit out the
going
open.
on.
That's why a lot of cases in court. See, people got to know to understand the difference between trust law and court law.
Hmm.
Two different things. A lot of cases you don't see, you ain't gonna never see in public because it's private. It's probably a person that's because see, all you got to do is challenge the court jurisdiction about what rights do you have to do what you're doing to me.
Hmm.
Simple as that. Because if you identify as the straw man, they gonna fuck you over. But if you are putting them on notice that I'm coming in as a living soul, right? I don't give y'all rights to anything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like if you um present your because they say rep you should like you don't have to present yourself because you are already present. You are representing yourself.
yeah. I got a
So
homeboy. Matter of fact, I'm about to share this live with him. He's so cold with that shit. He be kind of crazy sometimes because he's so cold with that shit. He be in his own little world for real. But when it comes to his mind, bro, like a goddamn dictionary. Uh, Let me see. What's his nigga name again? Y'all, I would love to build with his ass on some shit like this. That nigga is nice. Um, and I know if all three of us have a convo, that shit'd be so powerful. Let me see. Yeah.
they don't have no right because they don't have no right to do anything because they don't have the jurisdiction. The only jurisdiction they have is when you waive your constitutional rights. And once you waived it, they fucking you. Period.
Yeah, and the witchcraft so cold, motherfuckers, is like, bro, that's so hard for
Yo,
people to understand. Like that's some cold shit, bro. That's deep. And it's so freeing and liberating, but that you really a spiritual vessel, but it almost sounds like pseudo. It almost sounds like what? Like what you mean? Like I can
people
really
don't take
talk to
that
the
shit
court
as
like that? Because so many people are so surface level, they like what? For real?
What's
Like
good,
I'm a
family?
spirit in my body, and like I can really move like that. Like for real, for real.
yeah.
Like I know I am, like 'cause I'm spiritual, but like I can really like bring that to court and win. Like people not ready for that.
What's good, fam?
Hey, peace game. The 14th Amendment. Yes, sir. Oh damn, my one boy go. Okay, there.
But this the thing though, that 14th Amendment wasn't even fucking ratified. So it's not legit. Even the treaties, like the law of the land is the constitution and the treaties, right? But this is the thing. If you don't assert your God-given rights, they're going to fuck you, period. Period, point blank.
I
Because
got
the
you.
devil, the devil owns the ego and God owns the soul. Two different worlds. Which
Th-
one you exist in?
Look,
They
this the play though. The play is the birth certificate, right? So boom.
mm-hmm.
When they sign that contract from birth, that's tying you in to be a 14th Amendment citizen off the
Mm-hmm.
rip. So you don't even get a choice
On
in
my
it.
life. But see, look, but that's why you have a choice. Because you didn't have a choice. Because you didn't sign up for the shit. You was a baby. You weren't cognitive of that. This is why you have an opportunity to be like, I'm rejecting this shit.
Got you, but look, and this how they play with the. All right, so you got the 10 real defenses, right? So look,
Mm-hmm.
you absolutely right, but look, this you got the 10 real defenses. So one of the 10 real defenses is that they can actually get your consent as an infant in law. They have laws to where they can get your consent. Now, like you said, you do got a choice though, right? You definitely do got a choice, 100%. But you got to know what contracts you in and how to get out of those contracts. And
And I
once
think
you
that's
get
why
out of
people
those,
just continue to be ignorant because they can't figure that out. And they don't have
yeah,
enough faith to actually go on that journey. They'll be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get a job.
yeah,
You
and
know what
you
I'm saying?
you
Just
you
live
got to
life.
correct those contracts. You
Yeah, you
have to
gotta.
correct those
Yeah, huh?
contracts.
Yep. And that's what I was just telling them. I was just saying, just like with a car, right? The Supreme Court already ruled that you don't need a license or insurance to drive. Why the fuck are people still signing up for registration. And this is why because we think the US is legit. We think that they laws is supreme when it's not. Your constitutional God-given rights will always be above anything. There's nothing that can that's over your constitutional rights. Period. Because you got to realize this: the U.S. is occupying the land of the United States of America, and people need to know the difference. United States of America and the U.S. is not the same thing. So when they asking you, are you a U.S. citizen? They basically saying, "Bitch, are you my property?" And you like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah, so you familiar with the Snyder the Snyder Citizen Act? Y'all familiar with the whole American Indian thing, right?
You
Because I
talking
see
about
you
the
got a tab.
1924 Snyder Act?
Yeah, you familiar with the Snyder Act, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a problem with being a citizen. Like it's no problem with being a citizen as long as you know what citizenship you're supposed to be a part of. So the only citizenship that's okay for us as American Indians is the Snyder Act citizen. And as a Snyder Act citizen, you can have dual nationality. The dual nationality could be you could still be a citizen in the United States, but they can't infringe upon your rights. And also, you can be a national of your tribe as well. You feel what I'm saying? So you basically get both of the benefits without the consequences of being a 14th Amendment citizen.
Hold
The
on.
Right.
Now
But
what is
see,
that?
I would, but this is the thing though. And the reason why I would disagree with that though, because I think that's just another loophole to get you into still them having power over you, because this is a thing too. Um this is why I tell people genealogy is the highest form of spirituality. Once you find out the tribe you come from, all you gotta do is put them on notice and say, boom, this is my bloodline. So anytime, this is the thing. American Indians can never be true citizens because we run this bitch. This our land. You can't have a foreign corporation over there talking about you a citizen. Bitch, this my land. You don't even belong here.
but
Right, right,
So why
right.
the fuck would I agree with a Snyder Act when you ain't even supposed to be over here?
look,
Like
but
you,
you, but bro, look, listen. I love the warrior spirit, bro, for sure. You have to be more
Based
practical
on
when you
life, what's
engage in
popping?
a contract. You feel me? Look, every day we gotta engage in contract though. So,
yeah, for sure.
so,
And
so,
commerce.
so, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So I'm not saying that. So as a Snyder Act citizen, I'm not saying they got power over you. What I'm saying is, for example, say for example, you got your benefits, right? You got
Yeah,
your pension, you got
yeah.
your certain shit. You can still keep those benefits, but not have your rights infringed upon as a regular citizen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. But that's
so
what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't even need the Slider Act for that to happen. If you just put them on notice that you are of the tribe, of a original tribe of America. First of all, because the Constitution already says that the government must maintain a government relationship with the Indian tribes. We are the Indian tribes because what I keep telling people is that ain't no Native American in the Constitution. The Constitution was created by Indians. It was created by us in the first place. So why the fuck I'm signing up to be any kind of citizen?
But
That's
how do
my
you
point.
prove that in the court of law though?
That's what I'm saying. Because all you got to do, because look, guess what? Literally, the Constitution was created from the Great Law of Peace of the Iroquois. The Iroquois is an American Indian tribe.
But how do you prove you're connected to that?
No, no. This is the thing. You don't have to be connected to the Iroquois, but just proving that the Iroquois are American Indian tribes because the Iroquois is indigenous to the land. But they are northern tribe. This is why when the foreigners first came over here,
You
where
said a
they set
North
up their
Sea?
colony. Well, listen. They set up their colonies in the north. They didn't start coming to the south until the 1800s. This is what you get the War of 1812, the Creek
Mm.
Wars, right? The Cherokee Wars, all these wars, even the the what's the name? The Trail of Tears, all these wars that was taking place in the 1800s is because the US was trying to expand. Some of the first contact tribes in 1565 was what? In St. Augustine, Florida, right? This is when you had the Spanish that tried 8 times. They didn't get a colony until the ninth time they tried. But then you also got the Massachusetts, right? The Powhatans, right? Not the Powhatans, the Algonquins, right? Then you got the Lenape traders. So you got to realize this: the Iroquois. I want people to understand this. This is why the American Indian never lost power. We just got motherfuckers who traded on us. who said, fuck this, we gonna set up this play with y'all. Is get down and lay down. That's American Indian guerrilla war. Get down and lay down, bitch. You gonna sign this treaty, and if you don't, we fucking all y'all up. Because you gotta realize this. This is the whole play of America. This is why we are Americans considered bullies. Can't nobody fuck with us. People are under this impression that we own the Constitution and we do. The whole entire government system came from us. The whole setup was from American Indian culture. Period. This is
Mm-hmm.
why you don't need to sign up for no citizenship. You run this bitch.
Why you go? Wait.
Nah,
We run this.
nah,
Look,
Yeah,
right
hey,
now, on my mama, I guarantee you, if we all united
I
under our
guarantee.
bloodlines and tribes, they can't do shit at all. Every war, look, realize this. Every war the U.S. won, they used Indians. They used us. That's not a single war. See, they can call it American Revolution, Civil War this, Civil War that, World War. Bitch, this is Indian tribes fighting each other because some sided with the Union, some didn't. And it's like, we finna go to war because we want the benefits these people gonna give us once they take over. Simple as that, this motherfuckers trading. Simple as that. But the entire government is created from the American Indian culture. These people didn't come over here and change nothing. They came over and assimilated and took our play and just took control of it. That's it. They didn't change shit. Look at the the railroad system. Been created before they got over here. We created this shit. Look at the international commerce and trading. Been happening. We've been doing that shit. They came over to take control of the commerce. This is why, when you look at all the wars, they were taking place by the ports because they needed to control the trade. This our shit
Mm-hmm.
because y'all can look. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all right now. The Iroquois gave them the whole play because the Iroquois traders too. They the ones really running everything. They got people thinking it's Europeans. No, they cousins. These are people of the same bloodlines. People think Europeans are fucking Caucasian. These people are melanated, black Europeans. Every
Right.
single fuckers around here talking about
Oh,
black
yeah, I
power the
want
whole
to.
time, backdooring you. Fuck out of here. But y'all go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to put my damn camera on. I want to show y'all this. The nation I got. I don't even know why the hell they won't let me put my goddamn camera on.
Motherfuckers don't even know. I got a whole fucking I'm finna. Matter of fact, see, watch this. Watch this. Matter of fact, I'm finna fuck some of these people heads up right now. Hey, what's his name? My bad, bro. If you federalize, first of all, if you federalize, you foreign anyway. Second of all, being federalized means that you are property. What the
yeah,
fuck you need to be federalized for, and you existed before this corporation?
I agree. I agree. But some of those tribes,
They
they
all
are
foreigners.
they under the control over the U.S.
No,
The
but they
U.S.
know they have no power over the U.S. This is the thing, though. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The Cherokee tribe was created in 1794, right? This mixed breed. See, there are that all the Cherokees is not the same, and this is what people need to understand. The five civilized tribes agreed to ally with the U.S. and be what to be governed by them for benefits, and every one of these tribes are foreigners. These are not the real Cherokees. These are
Oh, I
not the
agree.
real Seminoles. These
Facts.
are none of these people. All these people are assuming the position because we not taking our rightful place.
Facts.
So
And real
whenever
quick, I'm
whenever
finna
you
take this shit down
federalize,
too. Go. I'm gonna let you cook real quick, but this is a nation my partner made. I made this. I did the logo. I did the design. Love is law, and law is love, and it's the Great One Nation
that's
Republic.
cold.
So this is an actual republic that's a 501(c)(3) a. So it's a religious institution, but at the same time, it's a government. Like this is a sovereign government within the United States. So me and my partner was putting this together. He went to New York. He out there bossing up right now. He on that shit where he not paying rent and he's charging them rent back because you feel me. All that how that play work out. There's a lot of people doing that play right now, but he billing the bill back to them. He on that type of time. This nigga he cold with the shit, but we need help putting it together. But we was
And
doing we already got all this shit, all paperwork, real good sovereign paperwork, and this is an actual nation like the United States, but this is a nation that's here. And we got the Phoenix on that motherfucker with
what
the unk on the chest, nigga. This the real
what
nation.
jurisdiction is registered under?
You gotta ask him. He do like I said. I tried to invite him. I couldn't
Okay.
find his page because he changed his shit to the Royal something. But
Yeah, because
next time we go live,
I
I'm gonna
want y'all
put
to
him
keep this
on.
in
He
mind.
he's so
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
with that shit.
I want you to keep this in mind. It can't be no sovereign nation or none of that type of stuff if they're registering a business under the U.S. jurisdiction, right?
Nah,
So
he got
you
Mhm.
some
got
other
to
shit,
keep
bro. I'm telling you, he
jurisdiction in
ain't fold
mind
on no
when
no
we
shit like
when,
that.
no, no, no,
His
no.
shit
Listen,
cold.
listen. No, no, no. I'm just giving you the framework, right? I'm giving you the
Okay.
framework. So if that was happening, then he wouldn't. That's why I asked what jurisdiction did he register it under, right? Because you say he it's a, what you say it was a
I want to say
501c.
I know he big on on the 501c1a. It
Yeah, yeah,
basically is the religious
501c1a.
institution like a church. So it's basically like a church.
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are not sovereign entities. So you'll see a lot of Moors. They create the same. Those are ecclesiasticals, right? They ecclesiasticals, as in they're like you said, they're religious in nature, right? So, but those cannot be sovereign governments if they are registered under the U.S. jurisdiction, though. That needs to be understood. People need to understand that when we talk about politics and we talk about these things. Are you familiar with the UNDRIP Article 3?
Uh-uh.
Okay, UNDRIP Article 3 is the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples. That's the framework we operate from when we talk about law, because you got civil rights and then you got human rights. We operate based off human rights. Your
Exactly.
human rights
God's
come
law.
based off that
Right.
comes based off your identity, right? So but the identity need to be indigenous though, because if you identifying as black, African American, any of that type of shit, then you are a misnomer. And when you identify as a misnomer, you don't have human rights
You don't
anymore.
have a single him,
Yeah.
and this is
That's
why
how they have
people
a
need to
3/5 of
understand.
men and
They be
shit.
like, "Oh,
Yep, yep,
why they
exactly.
keep killing? Why they keep killing innocent black men? Because he black.
Yeah, so he's not
Yeah.
even
Because
a
he
full
fucking
man under
black.
the law. They can he
I,
They not a
disposable.
man at all. You're
Yeah, you
dead. You don't exist
yeah.
when you black. You don't exist as an African American. You don't exist as nothing outside of your
Yeah,
bloodline.
they
This
can
is why I
trade us
keep
like
telling
commerce
people
and shit.
that this is why genealogy is so important
you
because
you have
you
to be protected. You
you are your bloodline. You ain't when you accepting as something. When you accepting a title somebody else is giving you, you a slave. Period. Because
that's a
if
fact.
your if that ain't what your people called yourselves, then that's not you. Because who the fuck are you to tell me what I am? That's just like, and no disrespect, like I hate that everybody think that we Moors and Africans and shit and all that. It's like, no, that ain't my bloodline. You can't put everybody in no box because it's just because we have dark skin.
Yeah, that's called self-determination. We all got the right to call ourselves what we want to call ourselves and not have
But that
somebody
don't make
tell
it
us what
right
we
though.
is.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nah,
Like,
nah. Look, no, what I'm saying is this, right? That's our human right. We could call ourselves what we want, but you don't you can't infringe who you is on somebody else though. You understand what I'm
exactly.
saying? So you can't be like we all Moors or we all. You can't do that. That's that. You
Well,
know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
gonna
Because
cat
that's
as
taking
somebody
away our right to
that was hip to that
self-determination.
lifestyle. When they say more, they break it down to like that meaning like the original melanated person.
No, they
Like they
don't.
bring it that to
No, the
like
fuck they
Mur,
don't, bro.
like
That's
Mur
why I
was
keep
like they
telling
say
y'all,
is the
bro.
first name
Look,
for
look.
black and all that
Hey,
type shit. That like
look.
that's
Let
me
me tell
being in
you something.
classes with them. That's what some of the
Hey,
heads
bro, they
believe.
lying to you, bro. They
No, no,
lying
no,
to
no.
you
I
because
I'm
understand.
not a
I
Moor,
understand
but
that
I just
verbiage.
understand because I studied it for a while, a couple
Hmm.
years ago. But that's not really where I'm at
that
now. But I
bullshit is like
understand
that.
where they
Hey, I
coming
ain't gonna
from.
lie, bro. That bullshit is the new Hebrew Israelite shit because, like, bro, it's like if you don't got no ancestor that's a more, stop trying to teach me some shit
Yeah,
They
because
believe it's melanated people though. They believe it's the
but that no,
origins
but
of
that's
melanated
again,
people.
that's so that will mean that more is taking the place of black, which means that ain't shit
Exactly.
different. They trying to switch you to another misclassification. That's
yeah.
all.
More,
Well,
yeah,
no, but
Moors.
it's a higher
Look.
octave though.
Moors are foreigners to this soil. So put it like this: there
Yeah,
are
they has come
Moors
from
in
Morocco.
history. Yeah, there are Moors in history, but they on that side of the ocean. They not on this
Exactly.
side.
Because
So
for
keep that in
Exactly.
instance, the
mind.
Moors, they say the Moors was the ones that created all the buildings, the agriculture. They the ones that civilized the
Get the
Hell
fuck
no.
out of here,
European
bro.
First and
and all that
foremost,
type
Okay,
shit.
bro.
That's what
so
they
wait.
preach.
Ooh, let me answer that, and let me ask you this, right? If they so called were the builders, Why the fuck none of
They
their
the Guilders and
structures?
the
Why?
original Masons and shit. That's what they
Wait,
believe.
but but if they was, why ain't none of these? Why none of these ancient civilizations in North Africa where they come from?
No, they trying
They
to
think they
look, look,
are.
look, bro. No, that's a fact. No, bro, that's a fact. But listen. They're trying to take credit for our shit over here, though.
Exactly. They
That's not
stealing. They
they.
trying to steal our birthright, bro, right
Yeah,
in front of our
that,
face.
yeah.
That's real
Listen,
shit though. That's
those
deep.
Olmec, bro.
That's deep
Listen,
game.
them Olmec heads and them pyramids. First and foremost, we got the most pyramids, hands
Yeah,
down.
Facts.
Don't
Peru
nobody got
got the
more pyramids
oldest
than us.
ones.
Exactly, and the oldest ones. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically say that they're the people that they're not the people that created those. The people that created those was the Shi and the Maya. Those was the people that created those, not no motherfucking Moors. Moors did not create those. There
Hey,
was Moors on this soil, but
Maru,
they
I'm gonna bring you
traveled.
right back, bro.
You said what?
Now I was talking to Maru. You go ahead. You can
Oh,
finish
okay,
out. My
okay.
bad.
Yeah, no, you good, you good. Yeah, so this whole notion that they create, nah, they didn't create those. We know the bloodlines of the people that created those shits. We really do history for real, and a lot of them traveled to North America. A lot of them people that built the pyramids, they migrated to North America. That's why you got the Powhatan, right? And you also had a deity called the
Peace Queen.
Powhatan
What's up, Basic Life?
in Maya
Yep, the
in South
Powhatans was in
America.
for the Powhatans was in Virginia. Those was one of the first contact tribes. That's the tribe that they say what's the name Pocahontas came from.
Exactly, and you know they was connected with the Mayans, right?
Yeah, yeah. But see, that's the thing. We all the same people. We just called ourselves different things based on our under. Because this is the thing. Because you have different tribes of the Mayans, right? Because the Mayans didn't call themselves Mayans. They
facts. That's a
were
fact.
they were called. They call themselves different things, and this is the thing we need to understand. Like these are like just like when I say American Indian, I just say that so that people can understand that they're not African. Go do your genealogy and figure out exactly what tribe you come from, if you even come from a tribe here. Because again, you got melanated people that look like us, but they not us. But they over here hiding under the classification as black. But these motherfuckers are not. They Europeans. They black
Yeah.
Europeans. So
It's a
this is why
Masonic
ancestors
checkerboard
said
too. I got my
all
other
skin.
teacher put me on that too because just like the Masons, they
Yeah, this is
use
why
the
ancestors
white
said
and
all
black
skin
and
folk and
shit.
kin.
It's just so they can
Hmm.
move it around like a chess table. They can move it around like a checkerboard.
And they
You feel
can
me? They
they
can
can
move
they
people
can
real easy,
infiltrate all your
classified. Yeah,
shit. Uh-huh. And this is how the infiltration started because you looking at this dude just because see, this is why skin politics is ruining our community too, because we think a
not skin
motherfucker good
politics.
for the job because they skin look like ours. Or we think a motherfucker not our enemy because they skin look like ours. And it's like, no, motherfucker. When you look at real American history, the 13 colonies was set up by black Europeans. George Washington was melanated, right? The biggest colonizer that they teach you about Christopher Columbus, his ass was melanated. All these people are melanated. So they switched the history around and whitewashed it so you can think it was a. I feel sorry for pale people because they've been giving these titles, they the devil and all this shit, and the whole time it was niggas. And we can prove it. The
I ain't
whole
gonna count.
time it's
I want to
niggas.
see you
Like,
break that down some more though. His story. I know you showed some like paperwork with the slaves
no,
and
no,
shit,
watch this.
but I
This
want to
been
see
fuck
that
your head up.
history.
Hey, Chris, hey, damn. What's your name again, bro? I'm sorry. I'll be calling
Just
you by your
just go
Instagram
Q
name.
or Divine Nine, or you can just go
Okay,
Divine and
I'm
Nine.
gonna call you. I'm gonna say Q. I'm finna show you. I'm finna show the audience this real quick. Watch this. Look at this, y'all. When slavery supposed to end in 1865, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see this? So look, this is a census record recorded because slavery was commerce, so they recorded everything. Y'all see what this say? This say slave schedule 1850. And look at this. It says who the owner? Ed Gilmore, right? Y'all see this? And this is in Lexington, South Carolina. Y'all peep this, right? Check this out. These are all his slaves on this record. Look at that. Male, 65, born 1785, black. And he a slave. Look at that, slave. White. Right. This is a slave manifest right here, y'all. So this is a actual record of people. And these are some people fucking grandparents or some shit that they don't even know. Right? Look, now check this out, right? This dude name is Ed Gilmore. So what we gonna do is we gonna click the actual record and see who the fuck these people are. Oh, bear with me. It's about to get good, y'all. This shit about to get real good. Check this out. What do that say? I want y'all to read it.
Barely
Anybody?
read it.
Slave name.
Barely read it.
Huh?
Name them slaves.
No, no, no. Keep reading.
Can't say it.
Name of slave owners.
Yes, that's what that say. Name of slave owners. And look at this, right? Check this out. Look, that's the name. These are slave owners on this record. But what we gonna do is that we gonna look at the actual record and see what it says. Because right here it says name of slaves. It got the name right there. It says
Mhm.
age. This slave owner is 25, and this is a male. It says sex. Ooh, what do that color say, y'all?
B.
And what does B stands for?
Blizzak.
Exactly. Every one of these slave owners on this record is black. We gonna go to the race. Look at that. B. All you see is B. Where you see W at? Mulatto. Where you see W at? Every one of these slave owners in 1850 is a nigga.
What the fuck?
Fuck you
Wait,
up, ain't
we gonna wait. Look. We got another side. But y'all, this where it get crazy at. It's 67 pages, and every one of these motherfuckers black, bro. And it's 1850. I thought slavery, like, how the fuck do you get 67 pages of black slave owners? But
Someone woke
y'all
up
remember
to evil.
this original record said Ed Gilmore, right? Where is it? Oh, we gonna find him. We gonna find him. What that say, y'all? Ed Gilmore, right?
mm-hmm.
Y'all see that? It say Ed Gilmore, and he's the name of slave owners. Oh, we gonna go to his race. Oh, what that say, y'all? Don't that say black? Look at that. It say color, and every color on this bitch is black. And 67 pages. I went through 67. Every one of these motherfuckers black, y'all. And
But
guess
my
what?
thing is, because you showed us that last time, and that's extremely impressive. But how are black melanated people so displaced at this point? Because,
Because it's misclassifications. You only misplaced because you
but
named the.
is that
We're
from the
not doing our
war? How are
genealogy.
we? It's a lot of black people
What do
that's
you mean
fucked
by
up.
displace? What
Like
do you mean by
my auntie a
displace?
crackhead in jail, my little cousin in jail, all my daddy side of the family in jail, and they all and I can trace it back. Like I know for a fact my granddaddy, like he built his house and shit like from scratch, and his dad was a slave. So
Hey, if y'all in the comment, hold on real quick. If y'all in the comment section, y'all screenshot this. This is the y'all. This is on FamilySearch.org. Ed Gilmore. Look up Ed Gilmore 1850 slave schedule. Y'all, anybody can go look this up, and y'all can go through the 67 pages. It's easy.
and it's
And
like
what
a
people don't
billion
understand,
melanated
see,
men in jail right now. It's
It didn't make
it's
no sense.
ridiculous how many
Nah, what are
melanated
you
men are in
saying? What
jail.
you what you saying? We down bad right now? Like that's
Yeah,
what you mean?
yeah. Why are we so fucked over as a race?
because
Bro,
okay,
come on, bro.
go
At
ahead,
the
y'all.
end of the
Now, go
day,
ahead, y'all. Go ahead,
yeah,
explain
look,
it.
at the end of the day, bro, it's mental warfare, right? They attacking our minds, my G. So what you got to understand is when they first came to this country, we gave them permission to do a lot of shit. And what happened was they finessed that kindness and flipped the script on us, and then they started to ally with the you know them other Native American people. You know what I'm saying? That's not us and
Wait,
shit.
Hold up,
The five
hold up.
dollar Indians.
Yeah, the
Real
$5
quick.
Indians, and
Look,
not
Ja,
even the
real
$5
quick.
Indians. The
They
Chinese
didn't
looking
flip. Hey,
niggas.
Ja, they didn't flip the script. They didn't flip the script totality. See, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. The Europeans ain't running this shit. It's the American Indians that's are the motherfuckers that don't see. We gotta understand this. It wasn't all peace and sunshine and flowers over here either. So this is why the Europeans were able to, the black Europeans were able to come over here and because what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's simply what happened. Because you gotta look at this as actual war. We gotta look at it like we gotta look at the chronology of it. If you got tribes that's already warring against each other, that's just like two different blocks
Mm-hmm.
on your block warring against each other in your neighborhood. Motherfucker, police can come through and be like, yo, I help you out, whatever like that. But you gotta, snitch if you want to get, same thing the police doing. Like the police, like with COINTELPRO, like they dress up as a blood or a crip and shoot at one of them and make it seem like one of the actual members did it when whole time it's the fucking foreigners. So what it is that they were always connected with the American Indians over here because they cousins. Again, the black Europeans, a lot of these royal bloodlines in Europe are actually American. Why do you think they came over here? They came back without resistance because they fucking family already with these
See, I,
people.
I want I want to rock with that, but then when you look at Queen Elizabeth, why we ain't got no Queen
It,
Thompson or some shit like
But
it,
Queen
Wait. You know
Elizabeth
what
was
just popped in
melanated
my
though.
head? You guys heard that story with the big-headed scientist? The other,
Yakub ass, that's pseudo as
yeah.
hell.
yeah,
But it just
I'll tap
kind of
into that
popped
a
in my
while
head,
ago.
kind of like the opposite, like how you saying like basically the black Europeans came over here and fucked shit up, right? And like infiltrated us, and we thought that was like our next like our likeness, right? Which
Hmm.
wasn't, right? So it seems to me like there was this whole other side of black people that was just not with the collective from the get go, right?
Yeah,
Not
because
with the collective.
because look, the Iroquois, they bet. I'm telling y'all, we gotta understand this shit. Ain't nobody fucking with us. Like the American Indian is the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and you know this just by the wars. We beat everybody ass, including our own selves. We beat each other ass and then beat everybody. The British lost, the French lost, everybody lost to us. Even the Native Americans, those Creek Wars and shit. Some of those wars we was fighting against, beat the shit out the Native Americans. That's why they on reservations right now. Look it up. The Buffalo Soldiers, and they never lost a man. Do you know of any army that never lost a man? And before they was Buffalo Soldiers, they was called Seminole Scouts. But people want to be like Seminoles are runaway slaves. How? Where? How? Bro, stop it. We beat the shit out of everybody. This whole game of, get down and lay down, that's American Indian shit. This is why the Constitution was created from the Iroquois. Great Law of
Why we
Peace
don't
was the
own no
Iroquois.
football teams though or none of that shit? That's where I'm seeing. I
hey,
feel
bro,
you,
look,
but like, where is our
look,
ownership if that's the case? Unless all these
look,
The
rich black
ownership is
people
in
just
the
look,
hiding.
Constitution.
look. Put it like this, bro. Put it like this,
We
right?
not even
Look,
in
think
no high
about it from
places in
this
government though.
standpoint.
We ought to be presidents or Congress or something. We ought to be
No,
running
you
some
don't,
shit
because
in
that's the
Congress or some
corporate.
shit.
Look. But that's you talking about being in charge of a corporation. No, you don't need to be in charge of a corporation. You got to be in charge of your own family. This is what people not understanding. The U.S. only have jurisdiction over citizens. You can only be a citizen if you foreign. If you're not a foreigner and you have blood ties to the land, you have all the fucking power. The Constitution says that the why does the U.S. got to maintain a government-to-government relationship with Indian tribes? Because all Indian tribes was not the same. So if you got to maintain a government-to-government, that's literally telling you that it was different Indian tribes that had their own constitutions, that had their own way of life. Although we all was connected on the same land, having the same type of setup, but we were different because I can't go up to a random person and be like, "Yo, um, you are you Choctaw?" No, he probably not because we don't even have the same grandparents. You can't force your identity or identities on people that don't have the bloodlines. And that's what you see going on. So if the Constitution is law of the land and is literally telling you that the Indians, I'm gonna show y'all right now, the fucking Constitution was created by the Iroquois. These Europeans ain't do shit over here. All they did was take what was already there and use it. Same shit that Steve Kerr did with what's the name Jackson with the fucking Golden State Warriors. He didn't change shit. He went there and took the same play and kept it going.
Bro, you gotta understand who funds the curriculums, understand who funds the media. Whoever funds the curriculums in the media is the people that control the masses' minds. Period.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's
for
why a
sure.
lot of people. That's why a lot of people don't even understand. Most black people don't even know that they American Indian at all. They still
Exactly.
stuck on the Africa propaganda. Why? Because
Hmm.
they own the media and they
Hmm.
own the curriculums. So as long as they keep And then what they could do is like you know how you just named all them fights that we won, but
Mm-hmm.
they write the history. So if they write the history books, they
Mm-hmm.
gonna put what they want. They gonna act like, look, we won all this, that, and the third. These niggas was just slaves. No, we wasn't just slaves, and white people were slaves too during this time as well, right? So it wasn't just no black slaves. That's what people need to understand. You think it was just black slaves only? Hell no,
Mm-mm.
it was
But it
white
was only
slaves
black
too.
slaves. See, that's the thing. They had all type of slave colors and all type of shit. But what what's the main thing you see? Every one of the slave owners is fucking black, bro. Everyone
That's
because
what I'm saying. It's black
that
people who had
that's
white
what
slaves.
yeah, but that's the thing. But this is the also thing though. That wasn't more foreign slaves than it was Indian because the first we gotta realize this, right? The first Indian slave trade started in 1493. They don't talk about that at all because we were being shipped from different place to different places in America. You had
Exactly.
like the sugar plantations, the tobacco plantation, all these things. Because when they were over here and they was taking control of the ports and shit, this is why they taken anywhere you see these foreigners coming in, they coming in through ports.
It's called the intra. It's called the intra
Katera
American slave trade. Intra American slave trade. That's
in
us.
1493.
That's shipping us. That's shipping us from the U.S. from Virginia to the Caribbean, back
Uh-huh.
and forth,
Yep.
way before we was even fucking with the that African shit at all. And
Exactly.
honestly,
Mm-hmm.
most Africans didn't come here at all. They went to the Caribbean and shit like that. They
Nah,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah. We
come
know
here.
that
It,
only 90. I can show y'all this too. Only 92,000 Africans actually came to the Americas, and most
hey,
of them went to the Caribbean.
hey, bro, I got a book for you. It's actually way less than that, my nigga. It's
Yeah,
actually
that's what I'm saying.
way
And
less
the,
than
the
that.
reason, but look, this is the reason why I say 92,000 because this is the reason why it's less than that because what they were doing. Most see what they know. This is what people do. See if they tell y'all that all these black motherfuckers was coming from Europe, it changes the whole narrative of this white supremacy shit because they were shipped the Europeans to Africa, misclassify them there, and when they coming from Africa, they being labeled as Africans because they coming from Africa, but they originally was coming from Europe. That's why I say 92,000 because that's just to show people like this millions of people being coming up. That's a lie, and most of
Yeah,
those 92,000 was fucking Europeans that was being
Where are all these
misclassified as
white
well.
people coming from that are here in the Americas now though? It's a
They
lot of
came
these
most of
motherfuckers.
after the Civil War, man. They were sending them bitches over here from the Ellis Islands
yo,
by the
18 like
millions.
the 1800s is when
On
they
my
really
mama,
start coming
booming,
for real.
bro, booming.
Like
They had the 1800s booming with white
yeah,
folks.
that's when all of them start coming here like by the boatload, nigga. Like
And they were
word
all
up.
coming through where? The ports, New
Yeah.
York. Why you think right now New York so thirsty for fucking foreigners? They passing all type of bills to help these motherfuckers,
My,
bro.
my
I'm talking
spiritual
about
That's
teacher
giving
how
them
kicked
that's
money
how
though.
they
left
Now
used to
and
do.
that's a
right.
That's how they
natural
used to do white
phenotype
people.
too. Cause a lot of us believe like what she was talking about with the Yahshua's ladder and shit, like there was a created race, but a lot of people believe like that's a natural phenotype. Like from some of the information I've been getting now, like we all come out the waters differently. Like we was talking about earlier about how we come out the waters
Mm-hmm.
versus we just coming from land. So just based off of different spaces and places like Russia where it's cold, you don't need the melanin and you need more hair, body hair based off of the coldness. You feel me? So it's a different phenotype based off of the landmass. Or if you look at the real Africans, they got bigger, wider nostrils and they got deeper melanin. If you look at the Native Americans, we got more of a gold tint in our skin.
Nah, no, we
You
not
feel
Native
me?
Americans.
Yeah, we
American
ain't
Indians.
Well, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
don't
about,
use
like
that word
the
native,
native,
bro.
the Indian. I'm just gonna say Indians. If you look at
yeah,
Yeah,
Indians,
just
nah,
say
we
Indian then.
ain't
Yeah.
American Indians. That's what. So what? I think that's the first step too. We gotta figure out and come to a consensus. What are we calling ourselves if we not these
We
other
calling
things?
ourselves American Indian.
American Indian. Okay, boom. So for the American Indians, a lot of us have more of a golden tint to our skin, and we'll sometimes we'll lean towards a more knotty hair texture to a looser hair texture, or for what is it, a not, as long as it's not ether hair at the end of the day. So it's just different phenotypes based off of where we come out of
Yeah,
the
but our
water.
hair is But see, our hair is kinky, but it's more kinky curly. See, in Africa, they shit was like nappy.
Yeah,
Like, like, and this is the difference too. This is why I keep telling people we have no connection to Africa at all. They just keep trying to lie. When you all these teachers you see talking about the connection between African
that's
Americans
real
coming
shit, bro.
from
With the blood,
Caucasian people, because preferably Melville Huskovich, who started that shit, who was influenced by Franz Boas, who also and he was influenced by what's the name as the father of eugenics. Fuck, I forgot his name. Charles Darwin. So y'all got to realize all these people are influenced by pseudoscience. The first time you get African studies is coming from a fucking foreigner. And all these paid agents, such as Martin Luther King, all your master teachers, Marcus Garvey, I'm talking about every single one. Dr. Henry Clark, see, a lot of people don't even know this. That motherfucker was a foreigner. He was an agent. His ass was paid by missionaries, bro. Coming from the AME. Man, when you look at, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, motherfuckers gonna be sad as hell when they find out niggas been running this shit and using white people as the face. So you wouldn't know, yo, politician that's talking about some, oh, I cook dinner on Sundays. Is your, nah, that motherfucker your enemy.
so
So it,
where are these leaders at now though? That's where I'm going to. Like, even though I feel like spiritually we winning on in this earth plane right now, like we the ones right
yeah,
now. If you
Michael
just
Luther
look at the world,
King.
we the ones. But there's no people that are visible that are in those high places of power, not in America anyway. Like if you look at Africa, yeah, of course.
You don't need no leaders. See, see, that's the
But see,
victim
that's weak to
mindset.
me. Why if you really bought
I'm
that
gonna tell
life
you why
as
you don't
hard as
need a
we
leader.
is and as raw as we
You
is, why
don't,
would you hide? Why would you
but
not
you don't need
stand
a,
up?
but you don't need a leader when you got a family.
But where's the
Fuck your family.
family? If it should be a
You
royal
gotta put the
family. It should
so
be
that's
some
what I'm
royal
saying.
shit going
You
on.
gotta put the family back together. You gotta put the
bro,
meat back
I
on the
know
bro.
some
bone.
kings in America though.
Understand,
I do
yo.
know some royal. I actually know an actual king in America that's like that for real, and he's melanated. Like he got gold coins with his face on it and shit. I've been to his crib. This nigga's nice. They're in there, but I feel like it should be more.
More what?
It should be more representation of black royal or melanated or American Indian
But
royalty in
that's up to
America.
us though. We gotta. It starts
If
at
we
home.
so we lost the
We
war
can't
though.
talk about. Look, listen. We can't talk about leaders representing us when we not representing
We're
ourselves.
we're losing the war. I'm not gonna say we lost the war. We're losing the war. We still at war right now, though, but we're definitely losing though. Facts.
No, I wouldn't.
We
I wouldn't
taking it
agree.
over.
I
I
I
don't
feel like
think
we went,
We
so.
we
losing,
taking
bro.
this shit
I
over
We
don't
for
think we
losing,
sure
would.
bro.
again. Now we definitely
We
taking this shit
losing.
back over. But I feel like we are more peaceful people versus the European that has a more savage
Oh,
nature.
that's a lie. That's a lie. We
We
we are
can't.
the we are the least most peaceful people.
Nah,
This
we
why
got
we
a
fucked
natural more.
everybody up.
We
See,
melanated, bro. That makes us
no,
naturally
no.
more
This is what I'm
peaceful.
saying. We don't start no shit. But if you come over it, see, this is the thing. What they're not. This is another part of history they're not saying. Every one of us didn't mix. Tribes broke up because motherfuckers was fucking them French and the
We didn't
Portuguese and
see
the
the last
British and
Mohican
shit.
and shit. We know how they because they got the skinhead Native Americans. They cut your goddamn skull off while you alive and shit. I know
Bro,
about that
we
side
wasn't
of the
playing
Native
like we
Americans and
wasn't
shit.
playing, bro. We wasn't playing with these foreigners,
Nah,
bro.
who? Hold on, wait. Who you talking about? The Native Americans? What you
Or
mean?
you know what I'm
What you?
talking about, nigga. American Indians, like the natural people that was here, like the Cherokee. I forget
Okay,
the
now you got to be
Choctaws and all that
specific.
kind of stuff.
You got to
Yeah,
be
that's what
Like
I'm
you know that
specific.
saying.
they
You
used to
got,
cut
yeah, hey,
your
Q,
head
you gotta
off.
get your
It's a lot of
specifics
real
down.
savage American Indian tribes that of course that we had that savage in us. But literally our melanin, it connects us to Earth and Mother more, Mama more. I call Mother Earth Mama. It connects us to Mama more in a sense that we're a naturally more peaceful people in general versus the European that has calcified pineal glands and they can't really connect or they're a more savage
But
race.
Q,
Like
see, look, this a thing, Q. You keep talking about white people. They ain't done shit. They never gonna do shit, and they ain't like
how
no
if they won the
disrespect.
war?
They
They
have,
won that
bro. They
war.
what war?
Historically, they've won the war over this
No, they
landmass.
didn't,
That's why they
bro.
run in the United
Look,
States
hey, okay,
corporation over
okay,
the
okay.
whole United
Q,
States.
Q, 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 Q. Please look, listen. Please listen. Please listen. Name me a war that white people wasn't
The
charged with.
Crusades, Christian, bro, just said something about Christianity. There is over 800. Like I said, I'm a historian. I took I,
Oh
I
wait, wait,
took
hold up, hold up, hold
history in the
up, hold up. Wait,
HBCU.
wait, 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 wait.
In the
Hold up, hold
Crusades, it
up.
was 800
The
million people
Crusades.
that
What?
died during the
Wait, wait.
Crusade.
What year? Oh wait, wait. What year was this Crusade War?
I want to say, like I said, I ain't that damn lyrical like
No,
with the
no.
numbers
Just
and
give
shit. But it
me.
was in it was
Wait,
I want to say
just
like
give me an estimation.
14
It ain't
to
even
like
got to be super
1600.
correct.
It
I
was
just
like
need a
14,
ballpark.
damn near, really damn near 14 to damn near 1800s. The Crusade still to this
Okay,
day because niggas
boom.
are still
So
Christians.
okay,
That's the
okay. Now
biggest religion
listen.
in the
But
world,
listen though.
Christianity.
But listen. When
And
you talking
Julius
about cruise,
Caesar, the little gay Julius Caesar, is their leader. You know how many black people got white Jesus on their damn roof?
well, look, no, no, no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, Q. You gotta understand this. For one, y'all can't call Caucasian or pale people primitive and then think that they had the resources to be seafarers.
They're
That's
savage. I'm saying
impossible.
they won based off of savagery.
No,
That
no,
Viking
no, no,
mentality
no,
shit.
no. Look, look, Q. You gotta make this make sense to yourself. Think about this. If pale people are new to this planet, think about this. If you go to Japan right now and start a war with somebody, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Not because they stronger than you, but because they know the land. They from there.
And they numbers.
Not even numbers. That's even if you outnumber them. If you don't know the land, you can't win because guess what? There are certain shortcuts they can come out of that you have no idea about because you're not from there.
Bro, I hear what you saying, and no physical. We ain't lose no physical wars, but we have a theoretical war that we in that we
Bro,
definitely
historically,
losing.
yes, we did, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what history y'all speaking on, but from
What
my
wars you
Those
talking
historical in
people
about?
were
college, the
melanated. Q,
documents I
but
read, bro, we
Q,
lost that
Q,
war.
What war?
Q,
What war?
Q. You got to get this pale
What war,
man,
bro?
bro. Every single war was melanated people.
The
The
Gullah Wars,
contempt of,
bro. The
huh?
No,
Gullah Wars.
when
Yes, the
the
Gullah War.
Crusades and
Wait,
the
wait, hold
wars,
up,
I don't
y'all.
know the actual name of the wars. That's why I fuck with
But
niggas like you
Q,
that can
that's not
pull up the
Q.
names. I'm talking about
The
the first war, the first World War, the second World War, the third World War, the Cold War.
those were not
All them
Caucasian
wars
people, bro.
was them teaming
The
up with the Spaniards and the fucking Asians, and they got guns from Asia. We was shooting bow and arrows and axes and shit, and we still was whooping
no,
their
we
ass with bow
want
and
that
arrows
is
and
a
axes. But
lie,
they had
bro.
guns. That's the
Okay,
only reason why
okay.
they beat us. And they came over here with the damn plague and the smallpox and all that shit and killed like
Bro, that
400
this
million
look,
of us
look,
with the damn
listen,
plague.
bro. Q, you
Some
are listening to fabricated history,
yeah,
bro.
some of that shit not real,
You
bro.
are listening to fabric. This is what
I'm
I'm
saying, but
trying to
where's
get you
y'all
to
proof? Because I studied this shit in my
No,
HBCU
Q,
books.
Q, Q. They're going to look,
Bro, who
Q.
funds the HBCU that you
Well,
went to?
remember when
Who
we
fund the
I'm not, look,
HBCU
I'm
that
not
you went to?
denying that, but it's almost like
No, no, no.
if you're
I'm
trying to
asking.
prove
I'm
this
asking
to
you a
other
question.
historians, they're not just going to take your word for it. You have to
No,
be
no,
able
no,
to
no, no.
bring up the
I'm no,
facts.
no. That's absolutely true. What I'm saying is, we all just talking right now. Nobody. We all just talking right now. You feel me?
Nah,
We
we
definitely could bring up
liberating.
facts
We
and all
should
that
be
too.
freeing the minds. That's what I'm trying to do.
Nah,
We trying to
got
free
you.
the minds.
I'm just asking you. I just asked you who funds your HBCU because you keep saying you educated by HBCU, which is cool, but you got to understand that whoever funds the curriculum controls the mind,
the
right? So
government.
The government, yeah.
if got you. So when it come to history, bro, you got to understand that they're not that history is not always accurate
I'm
at
hip. It's
all.
his
Most of the
story.
time, it's not.
But you have to
You
come
got
up with
me?
another story because you're giving me your story versus his
What
Okay,
story.
story?
watch this.
So
No, no.
whose story is
I
correct?
got something for you, Q.
Oh,
Watch
the
this.
mystery is
I got
correct. The
watch this.
mystery.
I got something for him. Hey, baseline. Hey, y'all, we gotta get baseline in this. I'm sorry,
Base
y'all.
of
Hey,
life, yeah,
base
base
of
of
life.
life.
What's
Yeah,
your
so I
name, bro?
wanted to I wanted to share a little bit, like, because I was saying with the, we get to get back to source with the 12
Hmm.
laws of the universe. And one of the big ones, like, I feel like that's pointing out to us right now is the law of polarity, which everything has its opposite. So like you're saying, like with these other niggas that, fuck shit up, that's the opposite of what we know as love, kindness, and all of that, right? So it's like we also need them. We need that. I'm not saying, like, coming looking at things neutrally, right? Like, we need shit. We need that so we can bring out like the best in us, like that's yet to come, like the world have never seen before. Like without understanding, like hate, right? Like how can you love? Like if you don't know what the fuck hate is. Like same thing with like, with success and failure. Like if you don't know what it is to fail, how the fuck are you gonna know what it feels like to be successful and like stand in that, like to know the difference. So that's what I'm saying. At a source level, right? We get to go back to the 12 laws of the universe, not the fucking commandments or all these bullshit like made up history and all the shit that we're taught, right? So like just look at, like, I don't know. I feel like what you guys are saying with the whole black people that are completely fucking shit up, right? That's I mean, I've heard touched on that history, but I've never really looked deep like you did with that, seeing all the slave owners being black. That's crazy. But it put things into perspective, like, okay, so we are our own demise, which makes
No,
sense.
but
Like
they not
that's
us. Cause
God.
that's the
Like hold on,
thing.
hold on. That's us standing as gods, like wanting to have the
I
an
say.
entire experience, right? We want to have the entire experience. So yes, we're gonna do some fuck shit, right? Because that's still some experience. That's still an experience. So it's getting to look at things neutrally, right? That's why
Okay.
I feel like we got to revisit source, which is the 12
Let
laws.
me let me hit that. Let me hit that. That's why I'm big on spirituality because at the end of the day, it starts to turn into Gish Gallop and literally just us just talking because if we can't pull up the actual facts, it's just your research versus my research until we can find the historical facts. But since it already happened, we can't necessarily prove or disprove it because it already happened. So if you look at it from a spiritual lens, you'll just see karma and you'll see, okay, we were
Exactly.
ruling shit and we fell and now we going back up. How can we not ever fall again? How can we do it right this time around? Because what happened in the past already happened. All we can do now is be better today and rep for the American Indians of today because the American Indians of the past, whatever happened with them happened. So we gotta just do better now as the new American Indians and fix it.
But Q though, this the part of the solution is understanding what really happened. That's the
Yes.
point
That's
here,
real. That's
too.
real.
Because wait, look, check this out. Well, this is what I'm telling you, bro. White
No,
people ain't did shit. Nothing. They got us thinking that they did.
nah, they
They
did do
what?
some shit too. Yeah, they did have their hand in play because
No,
at
no.
one point
Where did
they
okay?
were in,
The
they were
only
in
play they had
caves
their
and shit.
hand in was the Africanization of American Indians. That's it. As far as wars kicking ass, nothing, nothing. You
Bro,
can't name
that's
a war
cap,
they
bro.
won, huh?
That's cap.
Okay,
Bro,
I'm finna show you. Okay, y'all check this out. He want receipts.
I
I
want to
got them.
believe it,
No,
but
no, wait,
I
hold
hope
up,
you can prove me
hold up,
wrong.
Q.
But that's just not what
No,
I've
Q. I'm finna show
researched.
you.
That's not what
If
I've
you said
seen.
from the 1400s, you said from the 1400s to the 1600s, the Crusades, right? Check this out. You ever heard? Look at this. This is a receipt, and you can go
That's
and
a
look this
cowboy.
up.
That's probably a Buffalo Soldier.
No, that's not. This wait, you gotta be patient.
All right, let me see.
You gotta be patient. I want you to understand this right here. You see that it say 16th century conquistadors of African, Afro-Hispanic American descent, hereafter referred to as Black conquistadors, was as much part of the exploration of America as their Spanish conquistadors. Now watch this. This dude name is Joan Garado, right? It say, look, hold up, damn, my bad. Let me make this bigger. It says that, look, he say it said Joan Garado joined the Spanish expedition and arrived in Santo Domingo, Hispaniola, about 1502. He participated in the invasion of present-day Puerto Rico and Cuba in 1508. In 1513, as a part of the Joan Ponce de Leon entourage in search of gold, the expedition landed in Florida. I told you the first contact tribes was St. Augustine, 1565, Florida. They say he is the first known African to arrive in North America. But his ass wasn't African, though. That's the thing. This motherfucker was a Spanish Jew. He was a conquistador. But you talking about white people. These expeditions was all niggas. And this is in Florida. This is the
My
Caribbean.
thing is, if that's valid, right? Where is his lineage? Where is that nigga kids at? cause they ought to be stepping on shit. They ought to still be in power
No,
if
you
that was the
not. You
case.
looking at it. Okay,
Why is
you
Donald
looking at
Trump
this.
got Trump
Okay,
towers and shit versus him?
no, wait. Q. You don't know who these people. You got okay, Q. You are looking at this from an indoctrinated perspective, and I'm trying to
I'm
help
looking at
you.
it literally though. Like
No, you're
if
not.
he
Look,
really was the
listen,
one that
listen.
running
Q,
shit,
Q,
where is he
Q,
at
Q,
today?
Q,
If
bro.
black people won the war,
Q,
where are the
wait,
black people
Q,
in leadership and
Q,
power?
Q, Q. Q, I'm keep saying Q. Bro, you have to understand this, bro. These bloodlines that's been running shit still running shit. Why you think these, Mayor
That's
Lightfoot,
not the 13
Lightfoot.
fam.
Wait,
The
listen,
13
wait,
royal
Q.
families be Caucasian.
Wait, Q.
All
Let
right,
me
go ahead,
finish
go ahead,
this
go ahead, go
point.
ahead.
Let me finish this point. Lori Lightfoot is part of the bloodline of the guys too. You know why? And Lori Lightfoot was a mayor of Chicago. She's a melanated woman. But guess what? She black European. But see, because the Lightfoots were best friends with George Washington, and George Washington had a son named George Washington Cuttis, right? Was a melanated dude. Because guess what? He was also, and George Washington Cuttis had a daughter, right? And guess what? What's her name? Robert D. Lee, who was in charge of the, I forgot. I got him. I got him in my I got the record in my what's her name, bro. They turned Rob E. Lee white in history, but the dude was melanated because his half brother was melanated, and he
Right.
married George Washington Cutter's daughter. These people are all CQ. What you're not understanding that the blood ties never left, right? They're hiding behind white faces and doing the dirt behind closed doors, but they got this black power shit in front. Black power, which is creating this correlation that skin color matters more than what people actually fucking doing. So once you in your mind think that, oh, black people got the same plight and got no, these niggas liberated. These niggas that's doing everything, they part of the bloodline that got this whole charade going. They got you talking about black power kill whitey, and next they right hand in hand with these motherfuckers. The AME church was created by niggas. White people didn't get the knowledge until they brung them into it and gave them the play. You got to realize white supremacy ain't starting until the 1900s. That shit is new. So who was the niggas running everything beforehand?
See, I'm with that too, but I didn't seen the paperwork and all the lynchings, and I didn't seen the real results of us as a black race being extremely fucked over and extremely on the low end. Like even the city and shit getting like that one city in Georgia that got like, that turned into a lake. They put the damn dam on the whole black city. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to win and shit. And they put the dam on the city. The city up underwater now. You can go see the city. I forget. I think it's like Lake Lanier or some
Yeah, they
shit.
did the same
Black
thing in
Black
Kansas
Wall.
You
too.
feel me?
They did the
So it's
same thing to
like
Wakanda.
I like that's I feel you, but that's almost like on some movie. You feel me? Like you
This ain't
feel
no
me? Like a
movie, bro.
mystery goddamn movie. The super villain like that. I feel
Hey
you, but it's
fam,
like what
it's
black person
it's
that's of real lineage would allow some shit like that to happen if they really was in power and really in
Bro,
control.
because you not understand. Oh my!
hey
Wait,
Brody,
right
look
before you
Brody.
go, let me say
It's a
something.
picture. It's a picture of a European in a Confederate uniform, black European talking to a black Indian. So what happened was that the people, the black Europeans, just like the dude that was in Snowfall, Dams and Idris, they can come over here and act black and act like they from
On
Cali,
my
but
mama,
they
they
look
telling
like
you right
us.
in your
They
face.
look like us, but they go over there and they got their proper accent. Now Africans, I got African homies, they look like wherever they from. European, you'll never know. Now check this out. They came over here saying that the indigenous people were dumb and stupid. They say we were savage. These were black people that came over here and said, these niggas is savages. We finna go take over this shit for them. Then they end up finding out we really had a lot of stuff going on. And that's when they copied the Iroquois and all that. But a lot of this was French, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch niggas. These are melanated people, and they had Slavs. The word slave don't apply to no black people. We were indentured servants and prisoners of war.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
The Slavic countries, I listen to a lot of Karamio Hua. He gonna tell you that
Yeah,
it
Kelmio
was
cold with it.
Karamio is
He
cold,
cold with it. But
and
you
he
know
ain't
who better than
biased.
him
See,
though?
niggas
But
is
now you know
who
who
that?
bet. Big Top Cats got the game on lock when it
Who
comes to
that?
everything. Top Cats.
Top
You
cat.
ever
I
heard
ain't
of
heard
Big?
of him. I gotta
You
jump
ever
up on
heard
him.
Big Chief? bro. He had Kirmo on his live today earlier.
Man, bro, we talking about facts, books, compare and
I'm talking
contrast.
about, bro.
And we got
Big,
10
big.
different people from 18, 17, 1600 gonna tell you the same thing.
Uh
And it
huh.
all contradicts with like you go on TikTok, the little Africans, Native Americans, they want to say, you niggas. It's like, bro, y'all, okay, what about the world fairs? Who y'all Native Americans wasn't building the mountains. Y'all wasn't building this architecture that surpasses Egypt and North Africa. Over 2,000 pyramids, 200 over. Who's responsible for this stuff that's in Alaska, that's in Russia, and so they really don't understand that it was nothing but melanated people on here, and the melanated people was going war with each other, and we was going,
All
and so
exactly.
we was having babies. Like I give somebody an example. Look at Drake Daddy. Drake Daddy, brown skin, bushy, afro. Look at Drake. Okay, he got a Jewish mama. Look at Drake's son. He got blonde hair, blue eyes. He
Exactly.
was
Yeah, that's
like a
what I was
straight
talking about
white boy.
earlier in the
So
convo.
we talking about harems. We talking about these dudes had five, six, seven, eight. We talking about harems. We talking about four, five, six, seven, eight white girls on some South Walker shit. I'm from Houston. We talking about some South Walker shit, and now all your babies look like this, and then they babies, and now they they put the Moors out. No, everybody Moor just means swarthy, dark skin. Everybody was swarthy, so the Romans was swarthy, even the Sephardic Jews, they was all dark skinned
Which is
people.
why I told
So
them.
in the
Uh
royal
huh.
families, they kids start getting lighter. So at the generations, the lighter ones say we finna put out them dark ones because even back then they want Queen Charlotte, they was trying to lighten their skin with
Yep. With
egg
that
yolks and all type.
egg
They
powder.
they
Yep.
been doing it,
They were
so
using
they did it
egg
because they
white
want to
powder. Yep.
differentiate themselves from the regular class. That's what. So the royals was getting lighter. So then they start getting so light that they was able to say, okay, we not them. But and so now all the bloodlines, like my name is Kenneth Frazier. I just learned about the Scottish rulers of Scotland, Irish, Scotland. Them was all black people, like Kenneth the Dub, Kenneth the Niger, Kenneth
Oh
McAlpin.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yep.
where the royal
Actually,
families right
look,
now
check this
come
out.
from.
You know they call King what's the name Charles Charles the second. They called them the Black Boy King. He
Stewart, boy, Stewart. My
the
homie
Stewart
named
King
Charles
James
Stewart.
was melanated.
The people that came over here to dominate was look like us, but then they
They
descendants and the people that they use as the face, like they say the George Washington, the dude back in the nah, he was the more that
Benjamin
was sovereign.
Franklin
He
was
used him
melanated.
like Django. So you got Leonardo DiCaprio. People say he the slave master, but like they say, why was
Samuel
Samuel
Jackson
Jackson
so mad.
writing the checks? Why was he running
Hmm.
shit? Why? Because he was
He was
in
the real slave owner
Rosewood.
using the white man as the face,
Rosewood,
as
them
the
people owned their
CEO.
land. They wasn't slaves. White people came. They say, "Oh, this our land." They was fighting, but it wasn't on no slave shit. It was nigga, we
I,
here. This our
I ain't gonna
shit,
cap. I'm gonna
and
see it.
y'all
I'm gonna
here.
see if y'all know this part of it though. It's really the what they call the fucking Berbers. They really the ones that's really the behind the scenes infiltrators. If y'all ever tapped into the Berbers, they really the
Berber
ones.
Nah,
just
bro.
means
That's the
Nah.
golden
barbarian.
race
Berber
people.
means barbarian, and the Berbers. They want to say the
That's
Berbers
the
was the North
Berbers
African
associated with the
Moors, but the
Moors.
Berbers were Arab Yemenites. They like
Arab.
Yemen, Saudi Arabian, and so
Yeah.
they called them. Everybody want to say, I was on some Moor shit too. My homie that just left, he was right all along because it ain't really about Moor. Just means swarthy. They want to say Moors are from Morocco, Morocco. Bro, the Moors come from the term is an English word. That's a European word. In Rome, they came and conquered. They been came and conquered Africa. A lot of people in Africa speak French. They came and conquered that coast,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
British.
came
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
for
came
sure.
over here.
Hmm.
They was bringing people to Europe and Africa. And that's why Cape Verde got a bunch of Americans. The women in Cape Verde say we don't deal with African men. We don't. They got a name for. They say when they relate more
Yeah,
to
because
America
guess
because
what?
they was
You
bringing
know
them
when
over there.
they
Why wouldn't
yep,
it be Africans in Cape Verde because it's so close to Africa? Nah, they was bringing them people and bringing them to the islands and taking them from.
uh-huh.
And then they pushed everybody off the East Coast. They pushed
Yep.
everybody off the East Coast.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
so that means 13 original colonies was a bunch of foreign European niggas, and they mixed in with indigenous people. So people say, "What's wrong with us?" On some like I got three daughters. They mama from Louisiana. I tell a person all day. Louisiana, that's nigga, that's French. That's French niggas. They were the
I'm sorry to
colonizers.
cut you guys off
French
real quick.
colonizers are we're descendants of colonizers and people that came from other we are American indigenous. descendants mixed in with the foreign European,
Yeah, yeah,
English,
yeah.
British,
Everybody,
Scottish, European
everybody got
colonizers.
some European.
And
Everybody got some Black
exactly, and we
European
are
in
the
them.
descendants of the
Mostly, well, I wouldn't say
combination of
every
that.
single person,
People
but
say, "Oh, y'all not from America." Yeah, bro, we are the Americans mixed in with the people that came, but they weren't Africans. Everybody thinks Africa. It was a small number of African, like Africa. They was good in Africa. Europe, they wasn't good in Europe. It's cold. It's small. They ain't got no resources. They the ones got in them boats and came over here and started flooding other places. People in Africa, they ain't had to go nowhere. They didn't have to go enslave and colonize. They didn't. They didn't conquer shit. The Europeans, the black niggas from Europe, from Spain and Turkey and Scotland, they was going and leaving and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? People talking about Moroccans come from no, the Moors came and conquered Morocco, and then they went to America. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about people think it's about Africa. It wasn't about African. It was the foreigners that went through Africa. Then they came here and started bringing people the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? And it was these European foreign Moors that came and start kicking the French men. They killing babies. They first they came and they was nice. Then they came and reported and they came back. They started killing. They started killing and they killed all the men and they impregnated the women. So these were black men impregnating black indigenous women. Just like my grandma said, oh my grandpa was a Frenchman, but
The
her people
Arab
from
did that
from
shit
from
real
Georgia.
bad too. That's how they
But
got that
hold up.
shit
I
with
want to
all
say
the
something real quick
Muslim
with the
shit.
Louisiana thing. You know, the Louisiana Purchase ain't happened to 1803, and that's considered the South. The Spaniards and French and shit. They didn't get to the South until the 1800s. Because
Right.
realize, they were trying to. The U.S. was kept again. I keep telling everybody, every war was about the U.S. expansion. Period. Point blank.
That's all it was.
That's all it is. They called
They
it
want to
different
take over
names
the
and all
land.
that shit.
13
Um,
colonies, they had people from Europe, from these British soldiers, and then the other people from Britain, they fighting each other, but it was all a trick because it's foreigners coming to fight each other on your land. Then they say, okay, whoever won, whatever, y'all still came and took over. Then y'all took over 50 states. So they made it seem like, oh, we lost or whoever won. It was all some bullshit. If two people you don't know come to your land, fight, and
shit is about. Like a lot of people don't know America is supposed to be Muslim. Like they don't it ain't even really Muslim. Y'all supposed to be indigenous to your own like real shit, but they pushing this religion shit to cover up the fact that the land of America was the land of milk and honey that everybody ran to.
oh
You
yeah,
see what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
we
saying?
know that. Yeah.
where
You know what
everybody
I'm saying?
came from too. Aramaics over here, Hebrews over
Yeah.
here. A lot of the places are Arabic, got Arabic names and stuff because we think that comes from over here, but it comes from over here.
Right. That's what yes. Yeah, that's the major it's so much shit that's under America's ground and like the from Chicago. Chicago is one of the big places.
Chicago,
Tennessee is one of the big
Ohio,
places. Yeah. I'm trying to.
All the Mississippi,
Yeah.
all that Mississippi thing, everything for sure. Mississippi's the now for sure.
So why y'all
Mississippi's the
think
Nile
the
River.
hurricane? So like even with the Marcellus William thing, because you said something about the Diddy thing, I already broke that down and told people Diddy is the Yang distraction of the
Absolutely.
Epstein, which is Yin. It's Yin and Yang, and it's
Mm.
ritualistic. But
Ritualistic.
Marcellus Williams is his name actually meant God of War. And a lot of
Mm.
people didn't look that up because his middle name was Khalifa. So when you look into it, he was the masculine sacrifice, and he was sacrificed on Tuesday, which is in control of Mars. Like that's the day of Mars. That all
Wow.
goes back to war. But Helen is the hurricane, and she's the feminine energy that's coming through Florida, but it's actually skipped Florida and it's going all the way up to Atlanta, all the way up into Tennessee. So it's the land that they really attacking. And a lot of people don't realize this shit. And so when I seen that shit, I was just like, y'all really have no idea how big of the occult and how like American culture is really, it's all a fucking, it's satanic, bro. Like it's bad. And it's not even really satanic. It's more like it's witchcraft, but they do it on their own people so that they don't realize how great they are because people don't realize that they're actually
Absolutely.
feeding the source that's killing them. And when you tell them this shit, they say, oh, it's the white man, it's the white. I keep trying to tell niggas from what I've learned, your oppressors are they look like you.
They
They're
niggas.
not you
Keep
They
though.
telling
started
people.
Yes.
off. They started
Yes.
off looking like you, and then now like the KKK. Oh, they said we just gonna let them do like. So now they can do stuff, and we like, but it's like, man, nah, you right. It was us, man. But now it's like we confused because now it's them and us.
Right. Right.
So
So
hey,
Yeah.
so
now
so
it's
you
them
believe
and
they
Right.
making
us.
the hurricane? Like they made that
Oh yeah.
Part
hurricane?
Definitely. Definitely.
hyper rare research part. I heard a story in California in the 1700s. It was a dude that made it rain so much and flooded California. They been knew how to make it rain. They been knew how to do that. And
Yeah.
he did some cheap shit. He did like some bootleg shit. So I know they got it on a whole nother level now.
I
You
know they,
feel
I
me?
know they, I know that shit. That's natural disasters. They got to do with like all the
They
5G
playing God,
towers
but
and all that
you know
type
they gonna
shit.
play
I
God.
can't remember what the
They
machine is
they gonna
called, but
play God.
But this the
I know
They
thing
it's
going to
though.
something
war
dark.
with Mother
But
Nature.
this
I
so
think it's called
this I
dark web.
want but this
Yeah.
also this is what I want everybody to realize. All this shit gets solved once everybody do their genealogy. Period.
Facts.
Point blank. People need to know
Find
who
out
they are,
directly who you are.
and
Right.
you will never know self if you don't do your genealogy
But why
because
do you think? So
you
why do you
are
think?
you are what your people was, and you
You
are
know
what
where
your
you going,
people
gotta know
are.
where you come from. You
Why
gotta know
why do
where
you
you come
think?
from.
So after Diddy got, so a lot of people think this Diddy shit. Diddy was like, he told you what it was. My favorite movie from him was Get Him to the Greek. If y'all go watch that, y'all will see Diddy. This is literally a fucking movie. Like the whole
Yeah.
chase hotel scene when he was chasing Cassie, that was in the movie. Like all of that shit was in the movie. But the weird thing
It
about it is
sure was.
when they grabbed Diddy, what people don't understand is the politicians and the shit that he had for blackmail that he had on him. So after Diddy got grabbed, 23andMe, that whole company,
Everybody quit.
everybody resigned.
They stepped down.
Everybody just dropped down. But 23andMe was working with, what's the other one? Ancestry.com. All of them niggas was doing the same shit. And they had all the people in America putting their DNA in there to get their information. And now all of a sudden Diddy gets grabbed and now they stepping down. A lot of people didn't look at that shit. And I was telling people, I
Ho-
was like,
Hold on.
that
What's the
shit was a blood
correspondence
grab.
to that? Because I did about 23 and me and shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that shit fake, bro. I keep
Yeah.
telling you that.
Yeah. And most
They
times
want
you're gonna
everybody to
get,
think they from West Africa.
On
yeah,
my
most
life,
times you're gonna get
they gonna see.
information that's coming
They
from the
keep.
East.
Hey, bro, it's a story out there. They,
But the
they,
lizard,
they sent
the
there.
lizard from West
Wait,
Africa.
hold on, look. They sent in a puppy blood. It said the puppy was from West.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Damn, West
They said
African
the
pit
puppy
bull,
was Cameroon, bro. I'm like,
Cameroon, all
West
this shit.
African Frenchie.
Yeah. No, it's real talk. Cause my before I found out the truth of my shit, I've always known my blood type via the military. I'm O negative, and I always knew that O negative was powerful. I just didn't know why. So when I
Yeah, for
found
sure.
out why, it was more so like my ex-wife, because she's like a real native. She's from Florida, but they're rooted because their family, they can trace their family all the way back to Jamaica and Haiti. So they got a whole divide between them two. And they know that they're Seminole and Blackfoot Indian. You know what I'm saying? And my
mm,
daughter, she's always been trying to figure out who my family was because I was adopted. So she was just like, you got to take it. Her mom ended up getting me the Ancestry.com kit. And I looked at her, I said, I'm not taking that shit. And she was like, why not? I was like, bro, listen, that shit is all a psyop. It's a trap because all they want to do is take your DNA and clone you for the next generation. After they do what they want to do,
So
they
goddamn
if they break
right.
that war out, that's what they got that for.
But
It's the
how's that
same way
correlating to Diddy? That's what I was trying to see. How
cause
you was
Diddy is a
making that.
because the form.
distraction from
Okay,
It's
it.
a distraction.
no, it's not just that, it's a distraction. So the thing about it is the people, the CEOs, were going to these parties with Diddy. You see what I'm saying? So like the agenda behind the people between 23andMe and Ancestry.com is the same agenda that Bill Gates had when he took the seeds of all the fucking fruit and vegetables, and he has that seed bank up in what is it, Sweden? He got the seed bank in the north. So when they try to do this fucking mass population, which is supposed to be happening any day, they're gonna start doing this mass genocide. When they do that, they have your DNA now, so they can replicate and put your shit in fucking synthetic bodies. That's
Right.
what
They
it's for.
trying to
You
clone a
niggas,
nigga.
all this
Clone,
fucking
clone
transhumanism.
Tyrone.
Yeah, that shit is real. Like a lot of people don't get
That
the
shit is
real,
so
bro.
real. Clone Tyrone
All
was the
this shit,
realest fucking movie.
That shit
bruh.
was
Like,
good as
nigga,
hell,
that
Nah,
was
boy.
so
I
and
ain't
And it
why
was
we
a
lying.
serious.
don't
nigga
talk about it?
behind it.
That's like
Like
all
we,
you niggas is weak. They basically said all you niggas, we finna tell y'all what's going on. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all weak,
mm-mm.
Y'all
y'all
can't do
stupid,
shit. Everybody
y'all
got
can't
vaccinated. It's over with. The nigga, everybody took the
That
damn
was the
mark of
point.
the beast, so
They was
they really
playing that.
bold now. They
y'all
don't give
eating
a
the
fuck.
chicken, y'all eating the food.
You know, I think the plan is they're supposed to try and get everybody to become an adapter to this new DNA by 2030. That's what the whole
They say
plan is.
Pepsi and
You said
Coke is
adapted
putting
to a new DNA.
nanoparticles up.
Yeah,
up.
because it's like 95% of the people. All right, so like,
Elon Musk just did a whatchamacallit with Pepsi and Coke, and they supposed to be putting nanoparticles in the
yeah,
Coke.
there
So
you
when
go.
you drink the Coke, Now you
You want
got
now
now
you
Well,
got
you
yeah,
the
you
you
know
you
vaccine
they
just like
put the
cyborg.
everybody
COVID
else.
vaccine inside of
You
Yeah.
cyborg now.
the fruits and shit. They basically doing the pesticides instead of regular pesticides. Now they putting the
Right.
fucking COVID vaccine in the fucking food. So if you don't want to take the test, now they just putting this shit in the food, so you can't
We're gonna put it
avoid
in
the
your
shit.
They're
ass some type
saying
of way.
by 2030 to 2040, if you are still an original human being, you of course will be outcasted.
Right.
But the war is going to be on you because you're going to be the mitigating factor of stopping the plans that they got. They are trying to turn the world digital and transhumanistic. So they're trying to turn
Transhuman.
yeah, they're trying to turn you into this cyborg. This is why they started with the DNA, then they went to the vaccine because they realized the people that are original people, they have a soul that they can't touch. So the only way they can control them is they can control the spirit. The spirit is in the blood, but the soul is in the body. You see what I'm saying? The spirit connects the body. You see what I'm saying? And the soul, how it's housed in. They're trying to get to the core of your body, the core of your being. They can't get to the core of your being. But if they can animate the spirit inside of you, then that way they can. They may not be able to have your soul, but they can control you to do what they need you to do. So, like, I
Absolutely.
know they saying that. I think they only have like 20% of the world complete, even with the vaccine. So now they're going to start
That's a
putting it in
lot.
your sodas, your food, all of these things, and this is why women, the white women, are not able to have children. You know what I'm saying? This is
Right.
this is what all this is about.
Negative
It's
birth rate.
I mean,
DNA.
but
They
what
got
is
your
so is this doomsday shit or are you biblical? What is your plan of action with
I'm
this
biblical.
information?
I'm a little bit of a lot of things because of the military. Like I started asking questions because of my adoption. My family is based off of Umbrella Academy, like dead ass, like for real, like no lie. I'm number five. Like I'm so serious,
Not this nigga
and
number
I have
five.
my
That's crazy.
no. I'm for real. Like I got a whole story about this shit. Like I got
That's
pulled.
real.
So when I went to Dubai and they told me about me, and I was like, I didn't believe them at the time. I came back to America. I ended up having this incident happen in 2012 or 2013, early March. And 2013 in my family was actually the end of 2012. So like we don't follow the regular calendar. We follow the 13 moon calendar.
Mhm.
And so for us, the new year starts between March and September. And so a
Right.
lot of people didn't understand this shit, but when they turned on
It's the
CERN,
spring, right? It's the
yeah,
beginning.
you know what I'm saying? When
Woo.
they turned on CERN, for us, we remember the world. We say that they fucking fucked some shit up and everybody got pushed into a different realm. But I ended up getting pushed to Sirius Star System. I got marked on my forehead and they gave me a choice. They said you can come back here or you can go with them. My dumbass chose to come back and they told me it was gonna be hard. And it's been hell ever since. But I've been watching what the fuck is going on. So like for me, I just know like I've seen certain shit all the way up to the end. It goes like on seven different ways. Like there's seven different timelines that I've noticed that are playing and interchanging, and now they're all starting to merge into one. And the whole goal is like if you, I base my shit off real Christianity. Like I understand where the weaponization comes from it, but my shit comes from Ethiopia, and it still lines up. And I also see what the Allah and Islam shit is because I have brothers that are actual Hebrew Israelites and I got brothers that are actual Muslims. All of them believe in something different, but yet they're all coming to one agreement that there is a war against good and evil. And the war of good and evil is really the inorganic versus the organic. They're trying to take nature and the original
Yeah,
man.
it's the soul and the ego.
Yeah,
But
that's it. That's really it.
yeah, that's all it is, and that's why I look at Q. Didn't I tell you earlier the whole setup of the government, the system they're using is the ego versus the soul. So
Mm-hmm.
once you agree that you are the ego and not the soul, they control you. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and that's why I say like what people, what everybody should be doing in this time, because I agree with it's a war. I agree with that, but you can't stop no war if you don't start with yourself. Simple as that. People got
Right.
to get their self
Spiritual
right.
mental war.
You know what I'm
Fact.
Our
saying? And you,
self-love
Fact.
master.
Hmm.
You gotta master
mhm,
yourself.
Fact.
you got to get yourself right by figuring out who you are. Because again, we don't a lot. Mostly everybody suffering from an identity crisis. So people need to do their genealogy. Simple as that. Genealogy is the highest form of spirituality.
That's
Period.
the.
There is
I'm gonna be
no
real. That's the first way they
spirituality.
control you is because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
They can
So
control.
and I want people to understand this too. This is how you study your genealogy. You trace birth records, marriage records, military records. county records. You have to trace. You have to know the names. You like,
Grandma,
and you
grandma, and
start.
them.
You start from you. Start from your parents. Look up your parents, right? Look up your mother. Look up your father. Then
Mama's,
look up
mama's, mama's,
who
mama.
they mamas and who they father. And like you said earlier, you said your last name French and it's European. But you got to
Frazier.
realize this:
Yeah.
they started giving the children a father's last name when it never should have been that way. This is how they
Mm.
also
True.
created the mix up too, because this is why sometimes it's hard for people to search as well their genealogy, because you got to follow both lines, but pay more attention to the
The
mother
mother.
line,
That's
because
what. See,
what I
that's
see
what
is
I
that
did.
these mothers' last names was not those last names until
Right.
that father came along, because you are supposed to have your mother's last name, not your father, because the mother
True.
is the bloodline, not the father.
And
The
see,
legacy
You
continues to
still
now
be
you
get your
speaking
uncle
passed.
fact. You
name,
speaking
right?
real
So you
fact.
keep your mama
You know what I'm
shit
You
saying?
going.
speaking
And
real
because I
facts right
seen
now.
on my genealogy, I'm like, damn, my my fourth great grandma didn't get that last name until her mother married her father
Mm-hmm.
and got that last name. And then
Right.
you will see when you search when they was younger that they don't have the same last name as they had when they was young as when they had when they got married. So that's very important too. And that's why I say just because your last name Francis don't necessarily mean that you totally European or
And
whatever
I,
like
I got
that.
I
You
got to
Nah.
explain that one because my mom, when she adopted all these kids. Listen, this is crazy. This is wild. All the girls' middle name was changed to Francis. All of the
mm-hmm.
Keep
girls'
it
middle
simple.
name was changed to Francis. So
Yep, because
like I couldn't
that's
understand what. Yeah,
that.
that's
But
wild.
y'all got to realize, base that girl that was on here earlier, she was right. The war has always been against the woman.
Yes.
It is. This is the war. But why you think in scripture it says that the devil's seed will be at odds with Eve's seed? But what it's really talking about is how the one. This is why in the chess game, once you sack the queen, it's game over. That's the
Right.
same shit that happened with Cortez and Montezuma. They
Mm-hmm.
killed his general, which was a lady, and they was like, fuck it. They won the war because it's checkmate. When you kill the queen, it's over with.
Remember,
So the
Marcellus
war is the
Khalifa
attack is the
Williams.
woman. This whole
Remember
war is about the woman.
that girl, the dude's name Marcellus.
But that ought
Mm-hmm.
to
Right. Because
infuriate you and light a fire in you more when you find out that they putting damn robots in the fruits and vegetables, so we don't have
yeah,
no
but that,
good
yeah,
fruits and
exactly.
vegetables to
But see,
actually
guess
eat.
what? But that's tied to the land, because why would you let somebody come in your house and shit on your floor?
Bill Gates built like I think about talking that Bill Gates bought over like $6 billion worth of real estate, and he's the one that owns COVID and all these patents and vaccines and all this shit. So we don't have $6 billion in the melanated American Indian community that's tangible, that's organized in the hands of people that are
Valuable,
actually just and righteous. So
but you're
how
That's
But
we
you know
need
crazy.
to
you
figure
know
that
you
out,
can't
or else they
Look,
just
look,
you
you
know
gonna
just
you
gave
kill
an
can't
us
answer
with
to that
mass
you know
question
you
you
genocide.
asked,
can't
though.
but you can't buy land right for real. You know that, right?
Yeah, but he is though. You can't go on his land and take it.
But guess what? He only able to buy it because the people it belonged to not stepping up and saying, "Get the
That's what
fuck
I'm
away
saying.
from
We
me."
have to put that into action because if what bruh is saying is true,
No,
then
but no,
we
no,
got about
look, no,
10
no.
years or we
Okay,
all
this
gonna be
okay.
cooked.
Q. This what you're not understanding. That's not everybody. Whatever he bought, that don't belong to everybody. That belongs to specific people. For instance, I can't. My people from Mississippi, I can't go to Florida be like this shit ours, and I don't got no blood ties
claim
there.
to it. Yeah,
So it's people who that land belong to who has to do their genealogy to know that it's
But what
theirs.
I'm saying is
That's the
though,
point.
all these people that live in the world shop at Walmart, Kroger, and Publix. If Bill Gates is supplying Walmart, Kroger, and Publix with pesticide filled produce and we're eating it, we're gonna fucking die and turn into robots. Is
but
what
the
bruh
Exactly.
only
is saying
reason,
up top.
So look,
but
so
You know what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
answer.
But look
it's
though,
deeper than
look
that.
though. But wait,
That's the
wait.
answer to your
Honestly, okay,
question. I
but
say
Q
this.
though,
Look,
Q. Wait. Hold up,
go
y'all.
ahead. Go ahead.
Because this shit. Look, I look. I appreciate that. I don't. I'm for one. I'm not listening to no robot shit anyway, and I'm gonna tell you why. That just sounds like some sci-fi pseudo shit to make you scared. Fuck all that. Why you worried about being turned to a robot if you controlling your own mind? That's the point. So you have to fuck.
Yeah, give me
Who
that guy
cares
and
what
that.
Bill
Hey, look,
Gates
I
is
want to
Mind
tap
doing?
into
over
that God
matter.
energy.
Mind
Honestly, that's
over
what I
matter.
wanted to see.
But this what I'm saying. Like
Neo, you
that to
Neo.
Like that's
Mm-hmm.
like you finna people already robots.
We
Mm-hmm.
adapt and
This,
conquer. We eat it up. Our melanin
you
going
know what I'm
we gonna
saying? Like
Yeah,
conquer the
people
facts.
shit.
literally
Yeah,
follow
yeah, yeah.
trends.
That's
We
that Native
They do
American
whatever
spirit.
the
Oh
media
God.
say. They do whatever media say. You're not finna be an actual real fucking robot. You already are one. Look how
Right.
many people
unless you
Facts.
consent
easily.
to it by stupidity and ignorance.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. This is anything you say, Q. Genealogy solves all this shit because when you know yourself, you know your purpose. Period.
I
Point
say.
blank. You got the same mission as your ancestors. Period. You are when because you can only be your bloodline. That's it.
This is why
And
I
once you
broke down.
figure out where your bloodline is tied to, that comes along with understanding that that land belongs to your people. So Bill
Right.
Gates is a pale man. He can't own shit over here.
And this is why I brought up Lovecraft
Because you got
Country.
to also understand that this whole land is patterned anyway that foreigners can't ever own anything over here.
So
That's another thing we don't know. Bill Gates is only doing what he's doing because we fucking ignorant. Who's
Right.
stepping up to
lawfully,
figure
not
out
legally.
Law.
He's doing it
So
lawfully, but not
law
legally.
stands for what? Land, air, and water.
legally or lawfully? Neither one of them bitches is above the
There you
Constitution
go.
or indigenous rights. So it don't even matter. You can call it legally, lawfully, whatever. This shit is not jurisprudence. It's not equity. It's not exclusive equity jurisprudence, meaning that he cannot own shit because he's a foreigner.
It's
Foreigners
corporate
cannot
bullshit.
own land,
Yeah. Right.
indigenous land. Period.
The corpus. The corpus is the dead body, and so a lot of people
State
don't
of
understand.
Texas versus your capital name.
Right.
It's
Basically, what he's
corporation code.
telling
It's
you
not real
is
entities. It's not
the
real
What, what
reason
people.
why
what's
he
the
said he's
difference
not the
between
word.
real quick? Just because I keep saying that and people keep correcting me, and I really don't see the difference. What's the difference between a Native American and an American Indian?
Let me
Like,
tell them. A
like
native,
type
the
wise,
word
like word wise, like verbiage.
because you gotta first of all, you gotta know
It,
what you're saying when you're saying
it,
it. This is why
What's the
because
difference?
wait,
if
wait.
I move to Florida, tomorrow, tomorrow now I'm a Florida native because now I'm there. Not, I'm from Houston, Texas. I moved to Florida tomorrow. Now I'm in Florida. Now I'm a Florida native because
Okay,
I lived there and I moved there. Now I'm there.
Shout out to
It,
Houston.
if I'm an American Indian, that means I'm an indigene, indigo, copper color, pre-Columbus, and I'm American,
what's the
and I'm from
definition
the
of
land.
Indian?
Well, let me explain it to him. I'm gonna explain it to him in this way. The word native means to be born into. Being born here is not the same as saying you indigenous here. That's the difference. American Indians means you are from the soil.
I,
Native American means that you were born on the soil. Not meaning that your people came over here and you are the generation that was born here. That means your people are
Okay,
foreigners. Because when you look at Native Americans, they are Asiatics, right? And by the fact, I'm finna do you one better. Cause look, I'm finna show you something that's gonna fuck your head up
Look, let
and
me
show
give you
you
an
the
example of what he
difference.
was saying. Look, Kenneth Frazier. My name Kenneth Frazier. So I found out Frazier's Jamaica, right? I got a friend named Jason Chung. He's Jamaican. His grandmother name is Frazier. He always like, oh, bro, you got the same name as my grandma. And Snoop Dogg's documentary Reincarnation, it was a lady named Dr. Frazier, and it was a Dr. Chung. So then I looked up the Jamaican, the Irish connection. I found out a lot of Irish people were sent to Oliver Cromwell sent a lot of Irish, like the Twa, the Pygmies.
Mm-hmm.
They say he kicked the snakes out of Ireland, the Twa people. So they put all the indigenous, dark skinned people, the original people of Ireland, they took them, put them in the Jamaican islands. So me finding out that Kenneth Frazier, my grandpa, his name Frazier, and a lot of my people from Lake Providence, my daddy people, Lake Providence. My auntie, she sounds just like she a Haitian or she from the islands, whatever, but she from Louisiana. She don't even sound like some of the people from Louisiana. She sound like she from Haiti or from you know what I'm saying. So then me finding out from Jamaica to Scotland, Ireland, I found out about the last rulers of Scotland, Kenneth MacAlpin, Kenneth the first, the second, the third. My name is Kenneth Jr., like my dad's name Kenneth. I found out, I told my dad, did you know our name? Our name come from the first kings that was like the first royalty of Scotland. Like everybody who's royal right now, they have to come from this dude named Kenneth. I said, did you know that? My dad ain't know that. Me telling myself, oh, I got this name, like it did something to me. You know what I'm saying? And then it gave me this. Oh, not only am I like I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm the God of H time, me dominating my life, but I come from a part of me got some Scottish royalty, and then I'm over here. I'm American royalty. That told me, bro, I'm the fucking man. I can be broke, poor. Like I don't give a fuck. Like nigga, I can die. Like nigga, like so. It me finding out who I was. It turned me. It Superman me. You know what I'm saying? It did something. I just want to say that, man. Like, yeah, finding out, connecting some dots, and now I'm talking to this lady, this lady from Scotland. She, oh, some. Then this is what I be posting her shit all the time. Shireen Twin, she in Scotland. This a black lady I be talking to from Scotland, and I was posting stuff. She says you right,
Hey, they
and
said bring up
so
your mama. Whatchamacallit?
I did.
hey,
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm about to
shit.
say
Yeah.
I'll come down. But yeah, it do
Now you
something
ain't
to
gotta come
you
down.
to know who you is. I just want to say that, man. They did, yeah.
Nah, you ain't
Yeah,
gotta
no,
come
Okay,
you
down,
that's
good,
gang.
bro.
wrong.
You
You
you ain't
straight
gotta
because
leave.
they up. She should be in here.
What just happened?
Or he. That's that and that's game, gang.
You on mute, bro.
I can't hear y'all.
You
My
on?
bad.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. Keno, you muted.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Now they was talking about H Town. Hell yeah, man. I'm in Houston, man. H Town spring is wild. Hell
And my
yeah,
mama
man.
Creole too, bro. So she got that Louisiana shit. So I know what she's talking about. They different down
Same,
there,
That's
bro.
same
Yeah,
here.
It's
I
a
that's
got I got
Haiti,
ancestors from Louisiana. I
Ever
gotta
hate you.
ask. I'm finna do some research on the towns they live in because
New
I'm trying to
Orleans
figure
and
out.
Lafayette. My people, my baby mama from Lafayette. They
No,
say
mine's
share. They got
hold up,
different
let me
type of
Mm-hmm.
patois. And then the other people from Louisiana, they sound like they from the island. So I did research and I found out it's some people who like Frenchmen, some people like Haitians. You know what I'm saying? Some
yeah.
people Spaniards. Like my other baby mama, her people from Louisiana, her name Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? So she got a whole Spanish name. You
And
know what I'm
we
saying?
all
Somebody
mutts
so
at this point in
Hey,
America.
yeah,
bro,
America
we
is the
the
must.
mellow
history on
pot
Louisiana is
of the
But to
crazy,
world
bro.
pinpoint
type
some
shit.
stuff, it'll
So
say
we all
grandma,
mixed up.
grandma probably from here, papa probably from here. So more than likely, you trace them names, and they say you trace your like my boy brother Truth, trace them surnames, and you can still connect like people. Oh, we got it from the slave master. Nah, that more than likely came from your people. And wasn't no slave master. Your
Hey,
people probably was the slave masters type shit.
mm-hmm.
Right.
So it don't
exactly.
matter. You got to find out who you was. Maybe you was
Yeah.
an indigenous person from I mean over here, and then your people was a descendant of an African. More than likely, 1/10. Okay, but we talking about 9/10. Your people was Europeans mixed in with indigenous tribes. So they want to say, are the African Americans from here, bro? Like, of
Hey,
course.
One of my
hey,
ancestors.
King, but you gotta throw in the kinfolk slave trade with Louisiana though, because a lot
Say
of
it
people
again.
don't know about the kinfolk slave trade. That
The
means
Indians was
they were
was capturing and
they was
POWing each
yeah, and
other,
they
so
was
we was
sending them
capturing
from
each other
Florida,
before the
Carolina.
Europeans.
Your world. You can't say we man or man. We fucking gods because we gave civilization to everybody. Everybody get their science from us in order to survive. Even when you look at food, the shit that people cook from anywhere they live at on the planet, you see some American Indian vegetables in them bitches, like tomatoes, like all these are indigenous vegetables
Avocado,
here.
To
Like,
America.
and they
avocado,
try to
yeah,
say
all
it's
that
coming
shit.
Yeah,
from
real
Yeah,
Islam.
shit. A
Like,
lot of African
even
food use
Africa, out of
tomatoes and shit.
680 resources they got, 600 of those coming
we
directly from
fed
us.
these motherfuckers. If you think about it, they took bro.
They got
Africa
corn.
had
They got
no
corn on the
resource. Yeah,
Egyptian
corn.
hieroglyphs
They
over there,
maize.
and
They took
cocaine
maize
over
from
there.
here. They
They
took
took coke
beans.
from
They
here.
took wild rice. They took all this shit, bro. Everything comes from here. This is the
The
true
real
motherland.
motherland, the
Yeah,
Yeah.
ancient
that's
world.
why people.
No, we on
That's
the
why.
same page. I
Yeah.
got you.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
but that's another thing too, because I know people
Test
like
tube babies, like they sound. Babies
Go.
end of the day,
for the
and
most
they,
part.
if the shit not
Yeah.
tracing you to your direct bloodline of people that actually lived and you know through your ancestry,
Right.
fuck it,
All you
because
know is grandma and them and grandma. That's
period,
all
big
you know
mama,
for
all
sure.
That
I
why
know
I'm
Big
big
people
on
Mama
that
always
astrology
that
told
and
me
that's
what
shit.
I
real
All that
was.
family
shit
Can't
really
shit.
nobody
go
tell
back
me
to
different.
astrology and shit like that too, though, at the end of the day. It's really more so about the spirit body and the spirit man versus
Arm, leg,
it
leg,
actually
arm,
being
head.
us being aliens from a different star system, literally is more so about us
Mm-hmm.
going inward, outward type shit, as above, so below type, you feel me, vibe, where it's not
Then so
necessarily Anunnaki resembles
But
us
y'all
being
gotta
a
realize
different
this,
solar
right?
system.
Can we
It's
realize this
us
though?
they got
Y'all
in
know
our
why
spirit,
bodies,
this
but
you
no
shit.
feel me?
soul.
Cause
Our
you know,
souls
as soon
travel.
look when you look at the eras of the teachings that was going on when they first started all this Africanization bullshit, right? Right after that came the they said let's take they man in Africa, and after we take it to Africa, we taking they shit to the moon,
They
bro.
always take us off this
These niggas
motherfucking
still ain't
land,
Bro,
been
don't
to the
they?
moon
They
since
They
the
that's what
take
they
it out
seventies.
the
do.
dome though.
bro,
But Elon Musk
They
can't get
look,
out the
look, look.
dome.
They say, look. They say since they don't want to actually go to Africa, we taking their man completely off Earth. Now, motherfuckers talking
Hey,
about I ain't from here.
hey,
Exactly.
hey. Let me state a personal point to because you said something about Jesse Jackson about the reclassification part, right? Because
Hmm.
my great uncle is tied to that shit. You know the movie that got niggas saying they was from Africa? Roots. Roots, Chicken George, Kunta Kinte. That's the fucking shit that got us off this land. My great uncle was Alice Haley. So I know this for fact. The nigga was Cherokee. He wasn't fucking African. English, who you would call slow, but they smart as hell and gifted.
Well,
This is not
there's
their
the
language.
spirit
They
language
naturally don't
too.
speak this. We're not
Man, that
supposed
That's
shit
to.
was
real.
false. Ain't
That's
nobody
real.
speak no fucking Hebrew over here.
No, bro.
I
When
think
they came here, you got
Well,
to realize the fucking Moors were kicked out of everywhere. They did come
Aramaic,
here.
No,
Paleo
but I'm
Hebrew,
saying they
they
didn't
had
get up. The
Egyptian
Moors didn't.
hieroglyphic
The
Yeah,
type
Moors didn't come
shit
over.
that
But
related
look,
to.
look, the Moors didn't come over here before the Spaniards.
shit.
The Spaniards was the first to come over in 1565. Saint
what
Augustine.
More was
if
the
you look at
English word.
like
Yeah,
the Olmec
yeah, they use that
and
word.
Bro.
the like okay, boom. If you look at the pyramids, one of the hardest shit. This was the shit that really first made got me woke and shit. If you look at the pyramid structures and some of the hieroglyphs and some of the carved sculptures and shit, they're related. It was a universal planet. It was a planetary
Absolutely.
civilization where they would nigga. I'm telling you that the I can't quite get the words together, but like the a meter. Like the pyramid of Giza is a perfect meter, and it's also a perfect diagram
Yeah.
of the circumference of the Earth, right? And all of these things
Just
they
like the one in South
transverse
That
America,
lines up with
Peru
planetary
Sirius.
and
landlines
Guatemala.
and planetary
Yeah.
chakras, and they got these shits connected to Peru, pyramids in America, Amexem, Egypt, all over the world,
Wait,
in
hold up.
which
He said
Oh,
they
they
have the
said the head of
exact
colors,
same
nigga.
structures
What his name?
Tariq
worldwide.
the
Tariq something.
Umar.
Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, that
Yeah,
motherfucker
yeah,
is
that
straight
nigga.
Asian. His ass, he COINTELPRO pro like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But see,
Oh,
hold up,
man.
some raw. I want to answer this question in the book. Y'all gotta understand this, bro. English, like we got to understand that English is our ancient
That's
language.
why everybody like this shit
It
so
just,
much.
it's just evolved because I,
They had their own version of it, man. Just like they got
Yeah,
right.
Right.
They
legalese.
like
have
African
exactly. They
dialects
have
You know
are
what I
their
all
own
mean?
broken
version of it.
English. That's
Legalese
why
is
Now
a
they say
whole
this
we
shit
got
different,
this.
it's the
broken
same
English.
language,
For different
but it's just a
We got
situations.
Jamaican,
this
whole
good
nother
Caribbean, all
English.
that
language.
shit, patois, all that shit, broken English.
Yeah.
He talking about the
Yep.
Knights of Templar created English, bro. That is a lie. English,
Yeah.
we were speaking English before the foreigners came over here. Please, and get people to speak English.
You know what's
That's
crazy though?
another note
They
It
right
don't
say
even
there.
it's
make
more
it.
people
It's like
in
Isn't
China
it?
that
YPC
speak
is
Look,
English
from
than it
but
is
that's
in
Latin.
another
America.
note
Everything
right
come from
there
Latin.
because
Wait, one
when
more.
So
they
it
came
started
here,
here.
we didn't speak English. So for us to sign these fucking contracts, we didn't speak the language. Isn't that, you know what I mean? Like, that's under distress.
He
Like,
said
that's
most
that's
people on the planet don't speak
that's not
English.
legal
American
contract.
Indians not most people. We are different, and this is what I'm telling y'all. English came from America. Like,
Yeah, it did.
what
It
the
did.
fuck
English
y'all not
did come from
understanding
America.
about that? Like,
It
it
definitely
is
did.
an ancient language. See, we have made they have put this story out there to and put glitter on it like, oh, European came and took y'all language. How?
Hey, you know what?
What
That's
they
the
All
thing
that
though,
shit
because
came
what
from
was the
over
native
here.
tongue of the
No, no.
Americans?
he
What
talking
is the
about
Tell
England
American
them
came
start
with the
looking
tongue?
into
Knights
the
of
So it would
Templar.
have to
1200s
be
when we
English.
start seeing these
Everything from
white
over there
people
came from over
complaining
here.
about black people having their feet on their neck,
That's
telling them
that,
about
that
being
that might
they
be
were the
some real shit.
slaves
That's some real shit right
Bro,
there.
Raw,
in the
that is
1200s. This
not
is on
that
government site.
Sunrod, that is false.
This is on
This is
government
why
sites, bro.
if
Yeah.
you go to the 1828 Webster's dictionary and you look up how Webster even created that dictionary, he went
Hmm.
around getting words from different tribes. English is a combination of different words from our tribal cultures. This is
Yeah.
what people not understanding. It's a
Latin,
combination of
Spanish, Arabic.
different tribal languages.
And I ain't gonna count. I think people underestimate how long we've been transversing the waters. Like niggas in America or Mexim have been transversing the world for eons.
So
Like
indigenous
niggas,
people
we've been
spoke all
doing
them
this shit. We've
languages
been moving across the waters.
based
So
on where they was
whatever
going.
languages they might have
Because
But
had
y'all gotta
the black Europeans
hold
or
because
in
up, hold up.
Africa,
technically,
we
Technically,
technically,
already
don't
been
they
English,
there
say the
and
shit
no,
indoctrinated
wasn't
the
the
people
actual
there.
ship wasn't created to the 1800s, right?
Nah,
Correct,
that's
right?
cap.
Well, for sure, the
We've been
sailboats. You know, they
transversing
had
on the
galleys.
waters.
They
We
had
had
galleys,
ships from
and
the
then
But
everything
fucking
Oh,
changed when
hey,
50,000 years
everybody didn't
ago.
Columbus
have
came.
them though.
wait. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. We got this girl. Who is this? Tasha talking about. I get it, but we still mix with a little. Who mixed with African? She
Not
said
at
Yeah,
she
all.
got
nah.
DNA results.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro,
Only
take
I'm
them
Indian on
results back.
all sides.
Take them goddamn results
Not let
back.
me guess. It's 23 and me.
Yeah,
Crazy.
nah,
They take them results back. They are lying to
nah,
you. Do your
yeah.
genealogy and figure
It's
out who
cap.
your actual ancestors are.
No,
We
but we
are
can't
still
lie.
slaves.
We
The birth
can't lie.
certificate has
It's
100 million and
it was
over.
still 20%. 20% of African did come over here. Everybody is not from here. Most are.
I think we need to get back on a
Most
universal
are.
land
but you
shit
will
though.
I'm
know
That's
saying
what
we
I'm
can
exactly
I'm
for the
tell
feeling
the
more
most
ones
out
who
of
are
part
this
if
not
your
shit.
here.
He
Yeah,
ancestors
said
most
we
is from
are.
all mixed
Africa.
with
Where we
Africans. You no
moved
the
over
fuck
there
we
through the
not.
water.
Mm.
Hey, Sun Rock, bro. Nah, bro. He talking about that a lot of mixing over. Y'all can say this shit all y'all want to. Prove that these people came over here. Because it's
Okay.
on record.
Oh, how many people in here have done their genealogy?
I have.
I do my
Okay.
genealogy.
Well, I have.
I want to bring her
Cause
up so bad.
Cause I thought my
You
family
can bring it
was
up. I
just
get
from
down.
Atlanta and
She said,
Marietta. Marietta is an
why you
Indian
called me
land. That's
out? I met you up north, LOL. Was
but I
no,
found
because you
out
talking about this.
I went back so far that both my families were in the same parts anyway. So they were neighbors.
Had recorded this shit, screen recorded some of the pivotal parts. So shout out to y'all. Y'all gonna be on my YouTube channel if everybody cool. And I'll send y'all the link and shit so y'all can watch it.
Hey, but until